Hello and welcome to the Brick Freak. Today I've got a package from China. Here, the Lepin McLaren P1 from their Technician series, model number 20087. Sorry, it's a hand camera here. Okay, little spoiler, this comes next, the Porsche 919. The back, not the back of the car. The car looks different. The back of the instruction booklet. We have 805 steps on 195 pages, and as you see, there's a lot of build in every step and every page. It's really, yes. Okay. Like Lepin too often, copy it so small as possible. I will need new glasses and I hope I get this together. There are 10 bigger building steps. Here are the parts. There's part 1, building step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spare parts, 8, 9, and the biggest step 10. That's really a massive package here for the last step. As many of you know, perhaps, Lepin stole this car from Bruno Jenson, an incredible good designer for Lego MOCs. You find him on Rebrickable. I put a link in the description. And if you decide to buy this car, please buy the instructions from Bruno Jenson too. They're not so expensive, to give this man the credit to design this incredible car, and build after the instruction booklet from Bruno, because they are much better and it looks better, because Lepin had done a few changes. You don't see it here, but I've seen pictures of the final model. It's not the same as the Bruno Jenson version, and a few things won't work like he intended his car could do. Lepin has not the quality of the bricks to do it perfectly. So, okay, I start there with the first raw. I build 4 steps or something like that and upload the first video. I make a video to every step, or 2 or 3 videos in a step. We will see. So, I have to do over the weekend. I hope you have a good time and we see us soon. So I built a few steps, 2 pages, step 11, side 3. Oh, so these 2 structures we've built. These are all my parts I have left. And so far the brick, pin and connector quality, everything is alright. Everything sits tight. Sometimes you have to press a little bit for the pins to go in. Especially these pins, 2 pin and 1 axle, 3 long. They really sit very tight in the frame holes here. But so far everything is alright. Lift arms look very glossy. Okay. We see us. I'm really excited how this build will work out. Till now it's fine. But side 3. So there's a lot of pages who can frustrate me. I'm on page 7. This is the structure I built so far, and it's really complicated. You have to look closely to the instructions to see how things are connected on 1 point or on 2 or 3 points. You have to look very carefully, and so far it seems very complicated. And I don't know for which part of the car this is, so I'm excited when I start anew where I belong. Brick quality is good. Still, pin sits tight, very tight. Sometimes you have to press with a little power to get it inside. But it's okay. And what cool is all the length pictures are right. They are not copied too small, so the length is, everything is alright. And here to know which angle you have to use. That is everything cool. No problems with that. Sometimes Lepin copy them too small, and you have to think, oh, what length do they mean? But here it's okay. That's okay. So, I'm still very excited. I completed step 1 from page 14. Now building step 2. And this is pretty much building step 1. And Bruno Jenson is a little genius. It's really, really cool designed. A little bit complicated sometimes to put the things together. This here took me a few seconds to put the axle through this connector and this and the next connector or X stopper. That's not easy, especially if you have large hands like me and big fingers. It's very cool designed. I don't know exactly, is it the front or the back, but Bruno Jenson is a little genius, really, a masterpiece here. No missing parts, one spare part, everything fits fine. Sometimes you have to push a little bit harder than by Lego, but better push harder than losing the connection after a few seconds. Great. Makes a lot of fun. The instructions so far are good. Sometimes you have to look a little bit closer because it's not big. So you have really to look a little bit closer where to build new parts on. But it's possible to do. Okay, I built step 2 and we see us. I'm ready to begin with step 2. Here are the parts from all the backs of step 2. We try to accomplish this. And we have the first of these. They're really hard. Needs a lot of power to get them in. That's step 1. Okay. I start and we see us in a few seconds again. I assembled this unit from step 2, and that was actually really hard because some of the pins you have to push really, really hard to get them into the lift arms, especially like I mentioned these here. So when it's connected, it holds from now on to eternity. But if it holds till it fits, you have to push really hard. And when there are 3 pins, you have to connect at the same time. That's not easy. Okay, these are the parts I already have, or I still have, from building step 2. Until now, it's really a masterpiece. Really a masterpiece from Bruno Jenson. Okay, I will build a little bit further. We see us. A little bit further. Accomplish this. And I have to say this is really the Porsche and the Bugatti. The Bugatti was the easiest. The Porsche a little bit harder, and this is the hardest to assemble till now. Because some of the pins, and it's really complex what the designer did here. Yes, not easy solutions. So hard to assemble, makes fun, but not easy. You have to be concentrated and good thumbs to push so far. Okay, half is done of step 2. Let's see how it works further. So this cost me a lot of nerves and time to assemble it, and I know you haven't seen much between the last step and this one. I accomplished a lot, but I was totally busy to get this done, and it's very complicated because these long pieces here, the axles, use the Lego ones. The Lepin ones are a little bit too thick, and you have to press this whole part here and this over this axle, and here above are 2 axles, and you push it through, and this here on this axle, it won't slide. It won't slide. I used a knife and oil to accomplish this, because when you push it over, the axle go too much in and it will blockade the steering. So it was really hard. WTF, it was really hard. So it's a really complicated build, really complicated, and if the parts has this micrometer only a little bit too thick, so it won't really go well. So buy the axles for the second step from Lego, and it don't really run smooth. I'm not really happy with the Lepin parts here, the Lepin Technic parts, mostly the axles, and here this stuff, it's not Lego. Okay, we will see if it works in the end. I completed page 32, step 141, and big building step 2 is finished. We go to 3. This is what I accomplished, and it's really complicated. I'm so happy I did it. And the worst part is that these axles I had so much problems with, you remove. 2 or 3 steps later you remove them and replace them with much easier going axles. Okay, you see, steering is working. Not really smooth, but it works. Here we have a printed tile on the steering wheel. Oh man, Bruno, what did you do to design this amazing, really complicated car? It's much more complicated than the Porsche. The model I built 2 times, the white one and the black one, but this one, it's crazy. Yeah, there are car weeks at the Freak. We have this one, we have the Porsche 919, the hybrid, and I have a Xingbao Unimog and a Xingbao Rolls Royce next, so car weeks at the Brick Freak. I have to stop now, because you see the light is not good, it's dark, and I'm really done. I'm totally done. I have to watch a little bit TV to get over this. We see us with this step here. Bye bye. After one day off, and a little short break, I'm started to building further. This is building step 3, and it's not so complicated and complex as building step 1 and 2 here. Much easier. This is the structure I've assembled so far. Don't know the purpose or what it will become. We will see. Okay. And go back to work. I'm a little bit further. Build this structure here, and I believe it's for the driver seats. Well, it is for the driver seats. I don't believe it. I knew it because I already built one driver seat, and they are very well designed from Bruno too. Absolutely great work. Here's the rest. That's mostly for the second seat and a few black parts, perhaps for the roof or something like that. We will see. I built the rest and I show you. I completed step 3 and I married building step 1 with 3, and so far step 3 was much easier to accomplish than step 1 and 2. I think the seats are really great, well designed and adjustable. That's great. It's an incredible design from Bruno still. These parts, these were the axles. I had so many problems in building step 2, which I had to remove. And first it was so incredible hard to adjust them, and 2 steps later you have to remove them. What a mess. Okay, what's not so good are these 1x1 transparent plates used here. They fall out from Lepin, so you have to use a Lego plate there, and these here are not so great. The rest is okay. Okay, I go and get building step 4 to accomplish the first four steps. So I can upload the first video for you. So step 4 is a smaller one. Mainly these 2 components. A few lift arms left. So we marry this and then we will see. And then we marry to this. Assemble it there. Okay, that was pretty much it. What's just interesting is a little tower of Technic frames. That's 40% of the car, or of the instructions and the building steps. We assembled this big motor block. Very solid construction. I put it into behind the driver seats, or behind the seats where it belongs. And so far so good. What is not good is that steering got really hard to do. Here on the steering wheel it won't steer anymore. Don't run smooth. Perhaps for Lepin parts, axles and so on, you have to use a little bit silicone spray or something like that. Or you spend the money for, I would say, 7-8 euros for axes, connectors and so stuff. don't say stuffed. So. Massive solid construction, but perhaps a little bit too complex for the Lepin parts. We will see. So this was building steps 1. Or were building steps 1 to 4. Video number 1. Normally I don't do this, but for this model I want to show you. Do the video in 3 steps, 3 parts. 1 to 4, part 1, 5 to 7, part 2, 9, 10, and my final thoughts for the 3rd video. So sorry for that, but so you get some information a few days earlier. Have a good time. Bye bye.